The Holocene has ended. What we do now and in the next few years will profoundly affect the next few thousand years. The only conditions modern humans have ever known so far are changing, and changing fast.
Nothing stays the same on this planet. Everything changes. The Earth is going into one of these jumps, and you don't know what is going to be on the other side of those jumps. The Earth is always jumping. Things move on this planet. Things are not still. Everything is turning.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya, alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. We can meet again to learn together about English. Ya, especially for students of Form 6 Jakarta Islamic School. And okay, boys and girls, in this occasion, we would like to learn together about future forms. And before we start, we have to pray first. Please raise up your hands and we read doa before study. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilman warzuqni fahman. Ya Allah, give me knowledge and good understanding. Amin. Okay, boys and girls, as I have taught you before in the opening that we are going to learn about future forms. And there are 4 types of future forms. The first is future simple. And the second is future continuous, and the third is future perfect, and the last is future perfect continuous. And for the first is future simple, so please check it out this video.
So we can see the future simple is used to talk about a time later than now and can be used in lots of different ways. The first time when we have to use this form or this type is instant or spontaneous decisions. This we can say like I am hungry, I think I'll make a sandwich. So when we feel hungry and then you think that you will make a sandwich, so we can say that for the instant or spontaneous decision. And the second, when the future prediction based on a belief. The example is I'm sure you will pass the test because we are sure that our friend will pass the test, so we can say by using future simple. And the third is about promises. When we promise to someone, we can use the future simple. The example is I will not tell anyone your secret. So and then the next is about offers. When we offer someone about the help, like we say I'll carry your bags for you. I'll carry your bags for you. And then about request. Yeah, the request, like we request something, could you help me or would you help me? So that's called by request. And then the next about future facts. The future facts, the example is I'll be back later tonight. Yeah, I'll be back later tonight.
Yeah, okay students, yeah, just now we have watched about the first form of future forms. Yeah, that's about future simple, that I hope you have understood all about this material. And the second, yeah, we'll learn about future continuous. So please check it out this video.
Yeah, okay students. Now we are going to the second types of the future forms, that is about the future continuous. What is the future continuous? Future continuous, we use this tense to talk about things in the progress at the particular time in the future. So it means we talk about the future, but there is a time that is the specific time. The first is an action in progress at a specific time in the future. So the example is, this time tomorrow I'll be flying to London. Yeah, this time tomorrow I'll be flying to London. So this is the example of an action in progress at a specific time in the future. So the second is an action we see as a new or temporary. Yeah, an action we see as a new or temporary. The example is, I'll be working for my dad until find a new job. Yeah, I'll be working for my dad until find a new job. Now it means he or she will be working, yeah, with his or her dad until she or he find a new job. After he or she find a new job, so she or he do not join again, yeah, for the job. So the third is predictions or guesses about the future events. Yeah, prediction or guesses about the future events. The example is, he'll be coming to the party, I guess, or I guess he'll be coming to the party. So that is about the prediction. So when we want to predict something, we can use future continuous. And then before the last is predictions about the present. Yeah, prediction about the present. The example is, she'll be getting married right now. Yeah, she'll be getting married right now, I imagine. And then the last is polite inquiries. The example is, would you be joining us for dinner? Would you be joining us for dinner? So this is the polite inquiries.
Yeah, okay students, yeah, just now we have watched about the second types of future forms, that's about future continuous, and I hope you have understood well about that video. And now we are going for the third types of future simple, that's about future perfect. So please check it out this video. Thank you.
The truth is, most learners speak about the future wrong. In school, you were probably taught that in English, to speak about the future, you simply do subject plus will plus the infinitive. For example, I will go, I will travel, etc. Most learners overuse will to speak about the future, which can communicate the wrong message. However, we have 3 verb forms we use to speak about the future, depending on the situation and what we are trying to communicate. Going to, or gonna, and will are not alternatives. Depending on what you are trying to say, you need to use one or the other. The present continuous, which you probably know we often use to communicate something happening in the current moment, for example, I'm going to the store, can also be used to talk about the future. These aren't hard rules, more like communication guidelines that natives, of course, break sometimes. And in this video, we will discuss how to talk about the future and when to correctly use each future form, will, going to, and the present continuous. Future plans and intentions. That is, when we have already decided to do something. For example, we are going to meet this Friday to discuss the project. I'm going to study abroad when I go to college. Ashley is going to raise the child by herself. We also use going to for predictions, especially when you can see or have some evidence. For example, Barcelona is going to win the game. They have a better team. Congress is going to vote to impeach the president if he keeps screwing up like this. I got great grades at school, so I bet I'm gonna get accepted to Harvard. We use will, not going to, for instant decisions, promises, offers, future facts, or suggestions. For example, for instant decisions, I'll have the eggs and a cup of coffee. Note that even though it seems like this is happening in the present, we use the future tense. For promises, we won't tell them your secret, I swear. For offers, if you like, I'll carry your bag for you. For future facts, she'll leave for the meeting at 5. Like going to, we can also use will for predictions, but when we are guessing or do not have evidence. For example, I'll probably study abroad in London or Toronto. If we say, for example, I'm going to study abroad in London, then it sounds like a decided plan. They'll get married when they're ready. If we say they are going to get married when they are ready, it seems like they already know when they will be ready and therefore when they will get married. So, although it is not incorrect, it is a strange phrase. I think she will be the next president. If we say she's going to be the next president, it sounds like she was already elected and just needs to be inaugurated. That is, actually begin her term as president. By the way, don't get too stressed out about telling the difference, because this is not a hard rule, and for predictions we can use will and going to pretty interchangeably. We use present continuous, not going to, for future arrangements. However, the difference is really small in using the two when talking about plans, and they can be used interchangeably most of the time. Will is used when we are not certain about the future plan. Going to shows that we have decided to do something, and the present continuous is even more precise, giving the actual future date for the plan. So for example, I am flying to India this Saturday. With going to, we wouldn't include the future date. I'm going to spend my vacation in India. With will, we would probably include some uncertainty. I will probably spend my vacation in India or Thailand. For another example, Dan and Layla are getting married next year. Dan and Layla are going to get married. I think Dan and Layla will get married. And the last example, he is starting university in September.
Yeah. Okay, students, just now we have watched the video about our previous material that's about the future simple and then future continuous. So I hope you understand well about that video. So now we are going to the third types of the future forms, that's about the future perfect. Future perfect is used to talk about a completed action in the future. So there are some conditions when we have to use this tense. The first is an action that will be completed before a specific time in the future. So for the example is, next September we'll have been married for 50 years. So I repeat, for example, next September we'll have been married for 50 years. So the second is use by or by the time to mean sometime before. Yeah, use by or by the time to mean sometime before. The example is, I'll have finished this report by the time you are home. I'll have finished this report by the time you are home. So the last condition is use in a day's time, in 2 weeks time, in 3 months time, etc. to mean at the end of this period. So it means you will use this time to end of this period. The example is, in 3 years time I'll have completed my degree. In 3 years time I'll have completed my degree. So that's all about the third types of the future forms.
Yeah. Okay, students, that's all about the third types of the future forms. That's about future perfect. So now we are going to the last types of future forms. That's about future perfect continuous. For the further information, please check it out this video.
Yeah. Okay, students. Now we are going to the last types of the future forms. That's about the future perfect continuous. So what is the future perfect continuous? Future perfect continuous to show that something will continue up till a particular event in the future. We normally use it to emphasize how long something will have been happening for. So there are some condition when we have to use this tense. The first condition is to show that something will continue up until a particular event in the future. So for this condition, the example is, in October, I'll have been working here for 10 years. I repeat for the example, in October, I'll have been working here for 10 years. So the second is to show something finished just before another time action or cause and effect. So the second condition when we have to use this tense is to show something finished just before another time action or cause and effect. The example is, when I arrive, I'll have been working all day, so I'll be tired. I repeat for the example. The example is, when I arrive, I'll have been working all day, so I'll be tired. It means when she or he arrives, so they will be working all day and then he or she will be tired. So that's why we have to use this tense. So the last condition is with time expressions, by plus then or tomorrow or next year or etc. The example is, by the time we arrive, we'll have been traveling for 15 hours. I repeat for the example, by the time we arrive, we'll have been traveling for 15 hours. So that's all, students, about our material, the 4 types of the future forms.
My name is Giovanni and I come from Italy. I know the future perfect. I will have finished my English homework by dinner time. Easy. But when I'm talking about a thing, I always say has. I think it will has stopped raining by 6 o'clock. This is wrong, isn't it? I want to stop saying has when I should say have.
First they came for the biscuits, and now they come for the tea. Wait, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to go. Somebody needs my help with the future perfect. Okay. You're right, Giovanni. It will has stopped raining is wrong. But don't worry, I understand why you're making that mistake. And I've got a top tip to help you out. Come with me and I'll explain. By the end of this video, it will have become crystal clear. So, let's go back to basics. I am, you are, he, she, it is. Right? Wrong. This is the future perfect. So forget about all of that. The only word that you need to remember is have. Let's just remind ourselves. Future perfect is used to talk about events that are expected to happen before a certain time in the future. And we form it with will plus have plus the past participle. So how does this work? Well, let me show you. By the end of this video, I will have taught you the future perfect. And by the end of this video, you will have understood future perfect. And by the end of this video, Giovanni will have learned not to use has, but to use have in future perfect sentences. Simple, right?
Thanks, team. It will have been worth spending time watching this video.
You're most welcome, Giovanni. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay students, that's all about our material today, about future forms. I hope you understand well about this material. If you want to ask, please contact me in the WhatsApp. And before we close for our session, as usual, we read first doa kafaratul majlis. Please raise up our hands and we read doa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Okay, boys and students. Thank you for your attention. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.